Donald Trump will save the world. Of course, Trump is a very real disaster for everybody on Earth. He's pulled out of the Paris climate deal, probably because he decided he doesn't care what the climate is like in Paris. He's massively stepped up drone strikes, appointed a climate change denier as head of the Environmental Protection Agency, and nullified a bill blocking sales of guns to the mentally ill. But at least now the whole world has a common enemy. Really, we couldn't have had a clearer message that we all need to set aside our differences and work together if America had elected the Daleks. Say what you like about Donald Trump, but he's done things that people said were impossible, like made Twitter worse. Donald Trump will save the world. And how is he going to save it? Simple. By destroying all human life. He's going to save the world by fucking every single person who lives on it. Standing in an open robe with his shriveled, spray-tanned ballsack, pulsing expectantly, he points a tiny finger at the future of humanity and beckons it to his massive golden fuckbed. Humanity will form itself into a giant, hopeless vagina. I myself will be the clitoris. Or the anus, I haven't decided yet. Nor do I know if I'll be given the option. All I know for sure is that Trump is going to fuck us all. Every man, woman, dog, rhinoceros, rabbit, hooker, dwarf, chicken, James Corden, the Inuit. I only hope God films it. He could show the footage to other civilisations on other planets, both as a warning or as a bit of a treat. But the Earth itself will survive, and eventually, billions of years from now, the Earth will shake off its shame. Every trace of humanity will be gone, to be replaced by a fresh and wondrous ecology, teeming with life and hope, just in time for it to be obliterated by the exploding sun. And no one will ever know that Donald Trump saved the world, apart from God, of course, until he too forgets when he's eventually consumed by celestial dementia. Donald Trump is a human being who just wants to be loved by his daughter. You have to hand it to America. When they said it's the country where anybody can be president, they really did mean anybody. Even Donald Trump, a man who looks like something you'd pick off a baking tray after cooking pizza above it. With a body like some hemorrhoids that God twisted into a balloon animal, and a head like someone drew a face on a plum and lost it for a month. Trump becoming president was like someone winning MasterChef by filling a pot noodle from the hot tap. He looks down on people, perhaps because if he looked up, his hair would flip down like an EasyJet table tray. And yet, I really don't think I could watch if Trump was assassinated, because I'd be coming so hard that my glasses would fall off. Finally, America will have a real choice at this election between narcissistic personality disorder and Alzheimer's. I'm waiting for Trump's full breakdown when he comes out in the Rose Garden with 6 M&Ms glued to his knuckles, claiming he's got the Infinity Stones. Donald Trump, tartrazine personified, likes to refer to the China virus, and you almost have to admire the dedication it takes to be racist about a pandemic, which is not that far away from being transphobic about earthquakes. After a presidential debate that was basically a starter's pistol for preppers to get to their bunkers, the game show host, President of the United States, started to live tweet his own death. Although, to be fair, there are a lot of reasons for thinking Donald Trump will pull through, such as the likelihood that hell will reject his soul. There are worries that whatever happens in the election, Trump won't recognise the results and that Joe Biden won't recognise his own wife and family. Can I just say at this point, for clarity, that this show was recorded before Trump died? Having been admitted to hospital after contracting COVID-19, Donald Trump was keen to get out and show the world that he was still very much 100% fucking insane. So he hopped in a limo and cruised up and down outside the hospital, waving to his delighted fans who had travelled there from high-security mental facilities all over the country. Donald Trump looks like a quaver on top of a what's-it. Or Boris Johnson after Jeffrey Dahmer has sewn him back together. in the bedroom. But even I have to admit that the Book of Revelation was eerily accurate in foretelling the presidencies of Donald Trump and Joe Biden when it named the fifth and sixth horsemen of the apocalypse diabetes and Alzheimer's. This has been the biggest decision of maybe the last 50 years, maybe since the Second World War. I don't know about you, but any time I hear that there's a big decision to be taken, I often think to myself, oh, I hope no Americans are involved in taking that decision. I hope no one from a country that made 7 Fast and the Furious movies has any say in this. Donald Trump sort of looks like someone playing a president in a porno. It's not just that he's the worst person for the job, he might be the worst mammal. Would you have bothered with the hair if you had his face? If your face looked like a novelty jug that was made in a secure unit pottery class. People were saying, oh, he can't build a wall between America and Mexico. The Mexicans have started building it themselves. Trump alienated the Republican base. There were Republican politicians who didn't vote for him. Those are some of the worst people in the world. How can you lose them? There are people who didn't vote for Trump who would have voted for Magneto. They said a lot of mad, racist and sexist stuff that would have got you fired from any other job. Just imagine, you get called in by your HR and they go, sorry, Larry, you've said a lot of mad, racist and sexist stuff. You can't stock timber anymore. The only job you're now qualified for is President of the United States of America. What's next for Hillary, though, do you think?
She's in trouble because President-elect Trump said that he would jail her if he won. And I feel like she should hold him to that because jail is a much safer place for a woman than Trump's America.
Action. Now, first off, despite millions of dollars of fundraising and months of campaigning, Clinton and Trump were the 2 most disliked presidential candidates in modern history. And so I propose that anybody in this room would be a better president than Donald Trump. I don't know about you, but do you remember when you thought that George Bush was the bottom? You thought that's as low as it's going to get. A guy who's so stupid that he can't really speak. Turns out there's a whole thing underneath that goes all the way down to a guy who looks like a melted action figure of He-Man. Doesn't even really have policies. They're more the sort of things a drunk would say on a bus when he gets shaken awake by a pothole.
This seems like the fallout shelter we'd all go to after Trump was elected.
Is it sort of amazing that he's managed to create a new low in America? You know?
Yeah.
So, like, somewhere we think of as being culturally pretty much the drip tray. And he cheapened Vegas. You know? He ran a casino that lost money in Atlantic City. Throughout the campaign, Donald Trump repeatedly showed us how much he loathes women, and Hillary Clinton is no feminist either. And so I propose America hates women. 52% of white women voted for Trump, so it might even be that American women hate women. Donald Trump said during the campaign, nobody has more respect for women than me. I can't even decode what that means. The only way that makes sense is if respect is the trade name of the date rape drug that he uses. Trump's attitude to women shouldn't have been a surprise. Take a look at this revealing moment on Howard Stern's radio show featuring Trump and his daughter Ivanka.
Hey, Howard.
Oh,
Donald, do you ever discuss sex with your daughter?
No.
You do not?
No.
You've never sat her
I
down?
have a feeling we're not going to hear.
Yeah, no. Well, maybe we need to bring this up. Donald, seriously, you know about sexual predators and things like that. I mean...
You are one.
All right, I was going to say that, but it's true.
It's true. To be fair, Donald Trump doesn't hate all women. It's just the fat ones, the Mexican ones, the ones with unplanned pregnancies, the ones who don't stick to the rules of beauty competitions, the ones who accuse him of sexual assault, and the ones who were married to Bill Clinton. I keep forgetting that Trump's kind of postponed his visit, hasn't he? He won't come here, but like he was in Saudi Arabia dancing with the people that did 9/11. 2018 was a year of setbacks for Donald Trump. In this, only the second year of his 14-year presidency, Trump's longtime fixer, Michael Cohen, who'd been accused of facilitating collusion with Russia, went to jail, where, ironically, he can expect to have a lot of smaller men inside him. Trump also lost control of Congress. But if there's one thing Trump really struggles with, it's behaving like anything approaching a normal human being, as demonstrated in this selection of extraordinary moments, showcasing his general incompetence and questionable grasp of reality.
The op-ed published in the failing New York Times by an anonymous, really anonymous. We are going to have the Air Force and we are going to have the Space Force.
So some people say, don't they, say, well, maybe he's a deliberate distraction. You know, maybe some of this is kind of conscious. But I can't imagine there's a political advisor backstage going, just go out there and act like you've got syphilis. Trump isn't the only threat facing America. This year saw California ravaged by multiple wildfires. During an awkward visit to the scenes of devastation, Trump's comments left everyone bemused.
You got to take care of the floors, you know, the floors of the forests, very important. You look at other countries where they do it differently, and it's a whole different story. I was with the president of Finland, and he said, we have a much different, we're a forest nation. He called it a forest nation. And they spend a lot of time on raking and cleaning and doing things, and they don't have any problem. And when it is, it's a very small problem.
I wonder why Finland has less wildfires than California.
The President of Finland has basically explained some of the very basic principles of forestry to Donald Trump. And he hasn't understood any of them.